Hi, friends. Today I thought I would talk about narrative styles in filmmaking. There are quite a few, broadly divided between linear and non-linear, but there are some things which are inside the non-linear and linear. So now let's coming to the linear narrative style. What happens in a story is you take a protagonist, you follow that character, and as you go on, you create hurdles for him and how he solves it. It could be an emotional problem, it could be an action problem, any problem. So this is a linear. In this, actually, what happens is that they sometimes have the story going. The protagonist or the hero himself will encounter a lot of problems which are very natural made, and how he manages to solve them and come out of that situation. Sometimes they create an antagonist who creates problems for, and he has to vanquish the antagonist and come out of it. So these sort of things are what a linear narrative is usually made of. Even in linear narratives, sometimes it so happens that you have two, three uh, parallel sub tracks which are going on, which is that there may be more than one story being told at a point. It's linear in the approach of from film start to film end, but what actually happens inside is that you, instead of following one main character, it follows three, four stories. All the three, four stories culminate in one factor at the end, where all the stories join together. So this is what is generally about linear way of. Now, when coming to non-linear, it came because it makes it much more exciting for people to explore, for the filmmaker to explore. So what the filmmaker started doing was to tell the story in a very different format, which is like start off on a high at the beginning. So you wonder, oh, and then you go back in time and tell the whole story. So for this, there are various things which are various sort of patterns which are being used over a period of time. Uh, for a long time, it has been the flashback which comes, in Indian films. For a long time, if you see that whatever you need to convey about the past comes as a flashback and it's conveyed. So you hold that information till when you want to reveal it and not reveal it the top. So it's not very linear. It is non-linear and it's been always been there for a long time. And then something more adventurous came about where totally unconnected events happen over a period of time, and how they connected back irrespective of the time flow. It need not happen in a straight time flow. Events go back and forth, things like films like Babel and all that stuff. And we had tried such a format of non-linear storytelling in Alai Paide also, where the interesting part is two stories are moving together. It was in 1999. So two stories are moving together. One is present and one is the past, and there's an intercut between the present and past. And at the maybe at the 75th point of the film, the present and past catch up together, and the rest of the story flows together. So this was something which was interesting, So you can watch Alai Paide. And then there are other films where, in some films, where there have been instances where, for example, a Sri Lankan film I had done, there were four stories, but they had no connection to each other. So the only connection the director was intelligently trying to make was there's a cricket match happening at the same time. So there are, I know it's you can call it a multi-storied concept where there are five stories. They don't have, none of the characters will meet each other character, but what happens is there is a common factor. If you don't have a common factor, people are so used to seeing films which have a linear narrative. You're following a character and you get a climax and you come out satisfied. This has been the for a predominant time this has been happening. But now when you start experimenting, then you find that this was very novel for me. It was called August Sun, a Sri Lankan film directed by Prasanna Vittanage. So when I was editing it, the common factor we could create was a, a cricket match was going on in the same time zone. So in the Sri Lankan, it was in Sri Lanka, set in Sri Lanka during the war with LTT and things like that. So when Sri Lankans, Tamils, Muslims, all the stories which are happening at the same time were actually following a cricket match. That's the only binding factor in the film. Otherwise, four stories are not connected in any other way. Another film I had done similarly also in Hindi for Nandita Das. It's called Firak, where you don't show it was in the backdrop of the Gujarat riots, and the backdrop was the riots. But actually, when you are not showing the riots, you only showing the after effect of it in the film in again 4-5 stories. So in this whole thing, when you have these 4-5 stories from an editor's point of view, I think it's very important that he maintains a certain rhythm in telling the stories, because you cannot dwell on one story for a long time, because then you won't be able to get back to the story again. Because if they're going to come in a loop of 4-5 stories, you have to have a rhythm. What happens is the story, when you watch a story, it becomes a sort of a short film. So that 2 minutes or 3 minutes you're watching, you feel you want to have end to it or a high to it, and then you move on to the next story. So then you move on to the next story. When you move on to the next story, if you dwell too much on one story, and if the audience invests too much time on that story, third story or fourth story, then when you come back to the first story, you suddenly find, oh, okay, you have to so a certain rhythm you have to maintain in having a very uniform approach to the amount of time the amount of time need not be exactly metric in each story, because each story plays out in a different way. A story may be fast paced, a story may be slow paced, so the time may not be equal in the perception of the audience, because the slow story will look as if it took too much time, and the quick fast action story would have probably looked much lesser. So you have to physically make a balance between it. And a prime example for me in my editing career was Kamine, because it had two brothers, two stories, but what happened was always that one story was a very high adrenaline rush, and the other story was very romantic thing. So when they were intercut initially, we used to feel that this story is going on for a long time, romantic, although it was of only slightly more like. So we had to balance it out and get to so like this number of narrative techniques have been used by filmmakers over a period of time, and usually what they do is it's for the excitement of the storytelling that this comes about. A lot of filmmakers start off with a high. They want to start off with a high and not go very linear telling. They start off with an incident which is on top, which holds your attention, grabs your attention, and then you go back in time, and then you come back to the incident, or you end with that incident. This is one way. Or they can actually make it interesting. So for me, example was also there's another way. There's another narrative also, which is something like point of views. Each in the story, it so happens that three people have 3 point of views. So then it becomes a challenge to show each point of view has a different interpretation. Is same person who's seen a crime, when you interview one person, he says something else, one the other person says something else, and some. So for me it happened in a film called Talwar, where I had to it had three investigations. Though the story was linear, it had three points of view at different points of the film. So what was happening? The same investigation was happening again, and then happening again. So when what happens in the flow is, you can tend to audience can tend to get a little fatigue because you're watching the same thing again and again. So in that, the challenge was to make sure that the first investigation was whole, second investigation was only indicating that the investigation was happening, and whatever changes happened in the investigation or whatever new findings they got, stress on that. And similarly the third also. So the third one was also, you need to know that the same investigation is going on, same place he's going, same place he's being interviewed. But what happens is, the new stuff or the new information that comes out there is the four point, so that's what you dwell on. So like that, we had to cleverly make it in a way that fatigue doesn't set in because you're seeing the same thing thrice.